Welcome in everybody. Welcome to the stream. I'm sorry that I'm running horribly late. My daughter's graduation was today, and no surprise that comes first. So I've been basically doing that, and got to watch her do her dance or performance and everything on stage, which was amazing. And unfortunately, due to that caused me to be a little bit off, well, a lot of bit out of time. But I am here now, and I'm glad to see each and every one of you guys here. We got Gigi in chat, Jason in chat. I'm probably going to butcher your name, but Suprio in chat. Alien's here. We got just Gigi in chat again. Okay, welcome to the stream, everybody. As far as a GPU, that is a absolutely loaded question. It is entirely dependent on what you are doing with your computer. I would do a lot of research. What I will tell you is with a GPU, $600 is going to be hard to find something for that. You might be able to get into a mid-tier one, especially if you find one that's used. But I would do a lot of research because it's not a one-size-fits-all. It's entirely dependent on what you're doing. We got Dark Knight inside of the chat. Welcome in, welcome in. I do again apologize for running late. Can't wait to watch while you're playing. What are you playing? Doing some Minecraft, I'm assuming? I left the house this morning with just a whole bunch of coffee and no food, so I had to stop and make me some noodles before the stream. As per typical. Good morning, Moss. Welcome in, welcome in. Today I think I'm going to be running the YouTube stream since I'm so late. So maybe around 2 o'clock, and then I'll be over on Twitch probably like 2 to 4, something like that. So today I'm going to be jumping inside of a testing world for the beginning part of the stream to do a little bit of well, a lot of bit of redstone. The good thing for you guys is y'all get to see some spoilers. Let me know if the music's too loud. I'm going to turn it down a little bit, and if it's too loud or not loud enough, let me know and I can adjust it accordingly. It wouldn't be a stream without Raymond. Nope. Four-year-old survival world. Yeah, that is that's amazing. I love seeing old worlds like that to where people will build on them over time, and they can make some incredible creations. What port of this server? I don't know what exactly you're talking about. As far as like the port on it, it's just a standard port. 19132. Yes, Raymond. Okay, so basically what I've been doing is doing a little bit of redstone, and you'll probably get a chuckle whenever I log into this world because I emphasize a little bit of redstone. But I've been working on the factory and doing a lot of this in creative mode. That way I could get it all sussed out, because doing this in survival mode, well, the downside is I'm going to have to do it twice. But figuring all of this out in survival mode just would have been hellacious. So we're going to be doing a little bit more inside of this creative world, this creative copy of the Project Bedrock server. I'm going to throw up my little creative copy sign here, that way people don't think that I am in creative on the server. And while this is loading up, I'm going to grab myself a drink. I get so spoiled with how fast a server loads, but for whatever reason the local seems to load like twice or 3 times as long. Going back to the GPU question, one thing that I will note is I personally run a RTX 3080 overclocked, which is a gigabyte card. However, With the NVIDIA cards, you do get the benefit of ray tracing, which is wonderful. I believe some of the newer AMDs are running ray tracing as well, the Radeon series. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere. AMD does have some pretty cool technology to where they can run back and forth with the CPU and kind of share the load. But there is a issue where the RTX cards will have a absurd amount of lag with certain things. For example, if I'm running a structure pack, if I'm not real careful with the settings, I'll bring my computer down. And keep in mind, like I said, I'm running the RTX 3080 overclock, factory overclock. I'll bring it down to close to like 6 frames per second, 5 frames per second running that pack, just due to that optimization bug in Minecraft. However, we can have Gigi next to me on her Xbox running full 60 FPS. We can have DJ on his phone. I don't think DJ runs full 60 FPS on his phone, but I mean, that's kind of phone problems. Really aren't built for it? Okay. Yeah, that's just something that I ended up reading. Man, this is taking forever to load. Dark Knight says, working on a huge survival project right now. I'm a year and a half into solo projects, takes some serious time. Oh yeah, most definitely over 6,000 hours into the world now. That's awesome. It's such a good feeling too, though. I have one of when I was playing on console, I have one to where the world was getting kind of like that, but over the years, I still have the world, but I don't know where anything is on it anymore. Alien says, I heard that loading time issue might be an issue with Foxy's actual mini block pack. With the loading time as far as how long it takes to boot into a world. Yeah, I mean, that's honestly a trade that I'd be more than willing to make with that pack, though. Foxy does such incredible work. Lots of newer AMD cards can do ray tracing, but they aren't really designed for it. Yeah, it just, like I was saying earlier, it's kind of like you can't find a one size boot fits all. It's kind of the same thing with CPUs and stuff too. Absolutely, dude, that would make my day. If you could help me get that figured out, that would be amazing. That's been plaguing me for so long. And it's horrible because I've got probably $4,500 into my computer, and like spending that much to build a computer that's like nowadays is probably not the best of the best, but I mean it's only a year old, year and a half old, and it's pretty top of the line back then. And then you get on Minecraft only to run 6 FPS. Yeah, it kind of makes you a wee bit sad. But I ended up wanting to kind of overbuild this one, that way I didn't have to upgrade it anytime soon. I do still want to up the CPU. I got a 5800X in it, and I really want to get the Ryzen 9 3950X just for like performance with rendering videos, stuff like that. Why is it taking so long? I don't think it's ever taken this long. I gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I would be totally fine with that. I knew that it had something to do with the ray tracing, the RTX on it, because that's one of the only things that differentiates. Well, I can't say that, but it's like one of the main technologies that makes this card different than others. And it seems like every single RTX card has this problem, whereas if it doesn't have RTX, it doesn't have this problem, from what I've witnessed. Yeah, I think Puggy's running an RTX card too. Yeah, he'll use RTX. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. You know, it might be taking all this time to load just to load just to load the redstone alone. I think you might be right, Alien, because it's hung up on the resource packs. It seems like it's progressive though. Like it, as time's gone on, it's gotten like worse with the time. Maybe I should clear cache. Yeah, I'm kind of afraid to exit out of it and start. Oh, there we go. We're doing something. We got a bar now. Come on, you can do it. Go home, Mod. No, go home, Moss. Yeah, it's never taken that long. Yeah, one thing I really need to do is purge the world. I just need to get together with everybody and make sure that there's something that I'm not going to purge. We've collected more mini blocks, yeah. It doesn't even take this long for BDS to boot up. A lot of our BDS booting issue was I found out that I accidentally had the backups turned on. I must have misclicked it or something. So now it's booting up a lot faster if you guys haven't noticed. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I had to load in all of the rails. Oh no, my controller better link. Great. And I don't want to have to reboot all this. Yeah, I got a lot of netherite collecting to do. Totally kidding. We've collected mini blocks. Let's see. Dark says, hoping to do a world tour video soon as well. I'm not sure how to go about that yet. Would be great to get people like yourself to check it out. AFK Industries was built from your tutorials. Oh yeah, absolutely. That's amazing. I'd definitely be down to check it out. GG, sure will. Hoping to do a show on the world for everyone soon. Just a little nervous about it. Yeah, it's very, very nervous. As you go about it, I've always found streaming to be more nerve-wracking because you're like directly connected with the viewer. But the more you do it, the less nervous you get. YouTube videos, I think the first several I was nervous, but other than that, you seem to like that fades away relatively quickly, whereas streaming is I don't know, you still get butterflies every now and again, especially whenever that viewer number starts to climb. But yeah, so what we have going on here is well, you can't really see it behind all of the rails, but we got quite a bit of redstone down here. And this redstone is basically controlling everything, and essentially this is the automation circuit that is in charge of delivering all of the items up to the top of the factory here. So this is the CAN bus system that's still hooked into the silos, and basically sending and receiving these signals to basically fill up the storage system here, but the silos are only going to be hooked up to the bulk, which is going to be the first 8 items here. And Then down here is basically everything that is responsible for making our selection system work. So essentially what you would do is we have that one turned off. I guess my controller's going to be done. Not going to work. Essentially what you want to do, say if you want to craft, oh, let me turn this off too. Too many ticking things. You guys let me know how the music is as well, if I need to turn that down or not. So essentially, I got a little bit more room for other items, but say if I wanted to make pistons, I would go over here, turn this down to pistons, and then I would activate this thing, and then you can see that the red coder down here for pistons, or not pistons, but this array here is now activated and turned on, and that's basically going to go down here, activate one of these lines that are responsible for making pistons, which seems to be this one here with the red. And as you can see, this is responsible for making pistons. So the carts are basically here to deliver all of the material into the droppers down here, and then this circuit will activate the dispense mechanism to dispense all of the materials. So each one of these droppers will have one material slot for the item. So for the piston, you would have 3 iron, 3 wood planks, and then whatever else there is for the piston, I can't remember offhand. And then every time that it requests one of these, then it would dispense all of them simultaneously, which would give you the perfect amount of material to make one piston. Hopefully that makes sense. And then as far as the numbering system on it, say if I wanted to make do 64 of them, I have 64, move that stick out of there. So we could take 64 of whatever that's not 64. We could take 64 of whatever item we want and put it inside of the counter system. And then whenever we activate this lever, it'll stay in there until that lever's activated, and then it's going to begin counting it out. And then every one of these that are counted, it's going to dispense that amount of items out of the machine. Pretty straightforward and simple. So as you can see, we have a whole bunch of stuff coming out of there, and we are going to have some stuff that should not be in there, and that is what essentially needs to be fixed because of a hopper bug. And this is just a test stream, it's not going to be out here, but as you can see, the hay bales aren't supposed to be in there, but the cobblestone's supposed to be there, the redstone, and the iron, everything that's needed to make the pistons. Let me take a second and check chat. Gigi says, that's understandable, Dark. I was nervous the first time I posted a video. You have a pressure to constantly entertain while streaming. Yeah, and that's the thing. That's I believe Exumavoid said it perfectly. The more you stream, the easier it gets. Not only because you get more used to it, but it's very hard to be entertaining to an empty room. Like having you guys in here talking with all of you guys, communicating with you guys. That really helps me be entertaining, and I can keep up with topics, and we can have something that's not a quiet room. But I remember whenever I started streaming it before, luckily I had kind of a community built on YouTube, which originally I started streaming over on Twitch, and I would have like 1 or 2 people come in the entire stream, and it's so hard to find stuff to talk about when you're the only one talking. So that was one of the biggest things that was the most difficult to kind of get used to. It was very, very difficult to be entertaining to the 1 or 2 people that come in. And I hope I don't regret doing this, but I gotta restart my client here. I don't know if that's a Minecraft bug or just a bug with my Bluetooth, but it will occasionally not link my controller. And I can play with my keyboard, but with my muscle weakness and stuff, I have a lot of trouble with the keys. Hopefully it will boot up quicker this time. I do better on a stage than I do on stream. Yeah. It's, I guess on a stage, especially if you're in a band like you do, Moss, you, have multiple people that are being watched, so you're not like the center of attention. I mean, you are, but you're kind of, not the main center of attention. Or maybe you are, I don't know. But with your stream and you're like the only person on here, so yeah, it can be nerve-wracking for sure. No worries, Moss will be here. Good morning, Renee. Yes, harassing me is easy. I enjoy y'all's harassment though. I'm glad that everybody's lighthearted on the server and that we can prank each other and have a lot of fun. Dark Knight says, I hope I can find my footage and make some good stuff for people. Would be great to have. It would be great to have you check it out, to a little world walk around or something if your viewers would enjoy it, of course. Yeah, I'd be more than happy to check it out and maybe do like a world tour or something on it. That would be fun. One thing that I will tell you is whenever I started YouTube, a lot of people don't realize, they think that it's like instant, and I was guilty of being one of those people. I'm like, you know, I'm good at doing redstone and stuff. I'll get on and I'll be like, you know, the next mumbo jumbo and be on there, and man, whenever I started, I found out that it was a whole lot harder and a whole lot more difficult than what I thought it was ever going to be. I figured that it was going to be, you know, post good content and be able to have a lot of viewers enjoy it. It's not that simple, and it takes a long time to be trusted by the YouTube system and be able to have that start to put you and your videos out, and it's very, very difficult. And as far as making money on it, I mean, it's got to be something that you do for passion. Got to be something that you do to enjoy, unless you already have like a pre-existing community. Like maybe if you had a business or something and you had like a couple 100,000 or, you know, 500,000 followers, but starting from scratch, yeah, it's not what it's cracked out to be. It takes a lot of work, a lot of effort. I have I think on my channel now I have 199 videos, and you figure a lot of those videos they'll take 10, 20, 30, 40 hours depending on the video. Some of the tutorials will take less, some of the tutorials will take more. And especially getting into designing farms, like I don't just pop together a farm and send it out. There's a reason why all of my farms are so reliable and they don't break, is because the amount of time and effort that I put into them, and then turn around and test and make sure that all of the bugs are out as best as I can. There's a lot of time in there. I mean, there's probably at least a good 20 hours in testing a farm and making sure that it's good enough to even go on my channel. And then of course making sure that it's not affected by any Bedrock bugs and stuff like that. It's very, very in depth. Yes, it does. My biggest issue has been oh, let me get this loaded while I'm sitting here gabbing. No, I don't want to go on the server. I want to go to the fake server, this one. Okay. But yeah, a lot of effort, a lot of work, and a lot of it you're doing for free. You're basically planting a seed for the future. And a lot of people will quit prematurely, and then that seed dies. So unfortunately, I'm stubborn. I don't give up very easy. But I've also been pushed more into this from my health more than anything. But it's nice because it's something that I genuinely enjoy. So it's just overall a good fit. Just because it wasn't a planned decision doesn't mean that it wasn't a good decision. Yes, Jason hit the nail on the head. It takes a lot of work and a lot of effort. Dark Knight says, nah, nothing comes immediately. I am aware that's why my focus is just to meet more people in the community and to have the footage of my large solo project, and I'm not trying to make anything but memories. Yeah, well, you have the good right mindset on that. It's, a lot of people go in here trying to become rich, and it's, very, very few that actually make a good living off of it. A lot of people will, see Hermitcraft and stuff and be like, well, I want to be like them. And, they think that it'll be an easy journey, but a lot of people don't realize that that YouTube that they started in is not the YouTube that's still here. It's was a lot different back then. There wasn't everybody trying to compete to be a content creator to make Minecraft videos back then, and they pretty much found their niche in doing what they're doing, and they were able to capitalize on that, and that's not solely the reason why they are there. Obviously they're very, very good, very talented at what they do, but doing it today, it would be a lot more difficult for them, I think, to get where they are. And I think that that shows with many talented content creators like Silent Whisper and stuff. It's his growth. He's very, very good at what he does, but his growth is not the same as what like Mumbo Jumbo or anybody else was. Yeah, it comes immediate. I feel like 10 hours of Minecraft playing would be better with others around, even if it's just a couple people. Oh yeah, I tell you what, there's a lot that goes on this server that you guys don't see, and man, we have a ball. The group of people that I've been so fortunate to find and get together are just overall astounding people, and I would not change it for the world. Moth, you need to tell them that you're not attending the meeting because you are Minecrafting and they need to figure it out on their own. Totally joking, don't tell them that. But on the bright side, if you get fired, then you could just play Minecraft. Moss Logic has just gone full-time, everybody. Jason says, I've seen some fascinating videos where they look at sub counts and various SMPs over the years. Even the mega giants like Green and Mumbo started small for years. Yeah, but I mean, in hindsight, if you get out of the Minecraft community, even Mumbo and Green still considered a smaller channel. I mean, you look at like Mr. Beast and, you know, a bunch of other channels where they're in like mind-blowing numbers of subscribers. Oh yeah, Renee, that's a good idea. That brings me to my next point. First and foremost, we do have a new, let's see, Renee, can you see if you can throw that link up, or GG, one of you guys, for the new public Project Bedrock Discord we just made, and it's public. Everybody's welcome to join. If you're a fan of the Project Bedrock and what we do here on the server, then we encourage you to join it. That way you can keep up with all of the latest stuff going on. As always, all of my links are down below. I don't think that I might have put it on there. You guys would have to check. I can't remember. I just changed around a couple things on Twitch. And then there's another thing on the topic of YouTube that I wanted to touch on, but it has slipped my mind, unfortunately. Another thing with touching on the sub count that a lot of people don't realize is it's not just subscribers that you have to have, especially to get monetized. You have to have subscribers, or you have to have watch time requirements, which is 4,000 watch times inside of a 365 period day, or 365 days out of the year. So one whole year. And I believe that's something that Elian, me and him were discussing. That's been a difficult thing for not only me to achieve, but him as well. So it's not just subscribers that'll get you into the partner program. It also has to have the watch time or 10 million shorts views. I think it's 10 million. So I think the easiest way to go about this is probably to check all of these. Got cobblestone and all of these. Okay, we got redstone dust, and quartz. So observers, we're going to need cobblestone, and then we're going to need this one. Cobblestone, redstone dust, and I feel like I think I've left my computer on too long. I think I need to restart it. I have a bad habit with that. I think it's having a little bit of a hard time, especially with my controller going all over the place. That's what I wanted to do, was go into game mode survival, and then observer. Oh, so I guess it is too. Okay, so that would be good. We just have one piece of redstone dust getting into here, which is from this. So essentially what's going on is man, the potentiometer is getting so bad on my controller. It feels like I'm playing Java Edition. Essentially what's going on is because the hitbox of the minecart technically goes over this hopper, it's allowing this hopper to pull in material that is supposed to be only on this side here, which I'm assuming is a bug. But I do want to do a test because I might be SOL, come to think of it. Hopefully it will only be able to register that one and not this one. Let's do a test. I'm gonna have to report this on the bug tracker if it's not already reported. This is kind of a pain in the butt bug to deal with, as well as a bunch of other ones that have other minecart problems. That's minecart. No, I don't want that. I want a minecart with chest. And it kind of sucks that I designed this whole system to work with a minecart with chest. So let me put these in. Okay, that looks good. That does not look good. So what you're seeing right there, that should not happen. Period. The end. But that is basically what I'm dealing with. But the good news is, it seems like if I have that there, not picking any more up. Let me just put this in just to be sure. I'll take a look at chat real quick. Dark Knight says, I joined the link in the description if there's another one. Someone. Yeah, we have a few going. So we have my public Discord, which is also a combined Discord with my Patreons on it as well. However, the Patrons have access to a lot more channels on my public Discord that the normal people are not able to see. And then we have the new Project Bedrock Discord. And then there's other members that will have their own channels as well, their own Discords as well. Jason says, my lords, is that a smelter, a roller coaster, or both? Neither. This is basically the redstone mechanisms that is controlling part of the factory. And it's still got some more redstone that needs to go into it. I need to add another red coder and hook up another few lines of redstone circuitry, but aside from that, the rails are what makes it look really messy. But unfortunately, with delivering all of these different materials to different locations, the rails seemed like they were the best fit for it. I thought about using just hoppers, but the amount of lag that just the hoppers would make is just astronomical. Is that what it is, Alien? The minecart center is offset? So would that mean that it does it in one direction but not the other? Time to do some science. But science would work a lot better if I built it correctly. So if it's that way, let me break this torch real quick. So we needed to pull to the left. Can I even see the hitbox on this thing? No? No, I guess not. So that's picking up to this side, so we need to pick up to the other side? Alien says, "Yep, I'm on about 3,476." You're you're counting down to the number. Yeah, you're right about where I'm at. I'm at like 33 and change, I think. Watch time hours in the past 365 days. Unfortunately, I've had less time for content this year, so that number has slowly been going down. Yeah, the thing is with that though is you're constantly battling your old self, and as long as you're outperforming your old self, you're gaining. Because that's what I'm running into now, is like all of the beginning stages of my channel to where I wasn't really pushing a ton of content and stuff, and there's a lot of dips that happen with that. You can see that if you go on like the full graph for the whole year. You'll be able to see like if it dips or if it starts to climb. But I'll look for the climbs like right before like the day 365 days ago. I look for like the climbs, and whenever the climbs are coming up, I'll start like pounding out videos and try and get a bunch of watch time then, because I figure that's the best chance that I have of making it. Dark Knight says, "If I'm able to, I'll post a few pics of the world to the Discord and we'll let you all know there when I'm streaming for the first time." Thanks for all of the help, guys. Yeah, no problem. Alright, Alien, I appreciate that. Yeah, no, that would be a crazy amount of hoppers. And I'm pretty sure, however, I have not tested it, but I'm pretty sure putting the composters on top actually does the opposite of what everybody thinks. And makes it laggier from what I've been told, but I have not tested it. So take that with a grain of salt. It's quite an old Bedrock bug. Yeah, it's an annoying one for sure. Dark Knight says, "I managed to find it. Thank you, RS. We'll post some pics of my world there for you guys in a few." Absolutely. Yeah, feel free to join both of them if you want. They are both public, and we welcome anybody that wants to join. As long as they are not trying to spam channels or anything like that. But the beautiful thing is, at least we can put another hopper on top of that, and it mitigates the issue. I think. Looks to be that way. Yeah, so it does it both ways. Okay, that's good to know, because whenever I go to fix this, I'm definitely going to need to know that. So essentially, I just can't have two hoppers of the different materials on the same Y, from what I'm gathering. I'll tell you another bug. Okay, since you knew about it, I figured that it was already reported. The bug number. Yeah, let me copy that down real quick, and I'll be sure to upvote that. Can I control C in the chat, hopefully? Yeah, there we go. Perfect. I'll tell you another bug that broke my mega smelter that's very annoying too is if I can even be able to. Is this one here. We'll go ahead and just put these. Guess we can double them up and then just put torches above them. Probably be the easiest thing. And you know, come to think of it, I'll probably have to have powered rails here too. So this is the one that ended up breaking it, and let's see if it'll actually well, you know what? I would have to have the other rails on here, these detector rails. Nope, controller, stop it. So this is the mechanic that the super smelter relied on, and it would basically go bump off of that, and then should turn the rail like that. But because the rails ran into a bug, they become all wonky. Now they're functioning kind of like an observer would, where they're very, very inconsistent. But before, I can't remember what update it was. There was an update to where it was before the Trails and Tales. It was before the world height change and all that. So it's been a while, but it ended up breaking this and basically ruined the super smelter. So I need to redesign, or not my super smelter, but the mega smelter. So I basically need to redesign that. And I'll tell you another bug that's really annoying is not being able to break entities in creative mode. So you have to literally get a sword and kill it. Just like Foxy says, this is a perfectly well-coded game with absolutely no bugs, aside from one bug. Okay, so I'm assuming, yeah, okay, perfect. Hey, I found a cave. So at least there's a relatively easy way to fix this. I mean, I probably shouldn't go and say that. I'll leave that crafting table there for now. So with this one, we should theoretically be able to raise this one up. See, I don't like having a rail going up on a hopper. I've run into issues with that before, to where they didn't want to pull the material in properly. I think the best bet is just going to be to do something like this. And I'm trying to make this as efficient as possible block-wise, because I am going to be building this in survival mode. So that looks good, and then we'll just have our bump rail there, and hopefully that will fix that issue. Eh. Go and do away with that one, and then I'll just put one right here. One right here too. Actually, I probably don't need that going down, dipping like that, so I can just straight across. You really got to be paying attention because there's so much going on here. It's very easy to accidentally lock a hopper or send it over the wrong rail, or there's all kinds of stuff that can happen. So Project Bedrock has its own Discord for the private members, but we just made one that is for the fans to come and basically interact with us inside of a Discord and be able to keep up with everything that's going on the Project Bedrock server. As far as the other one that we've had since the beginning of the season, we have our own private one, which is where we basically correlate everything, what's going on, what's happening, and a bunch of planning and basically everything that happens behind the scenes that viewers typically would not see. So now hopefully we should only have everything go into here that should be in here. So before I go ahead and launch these, and you guys want to see something crazy, you guys wait until I you guys wait until I launch these carts. I think it looks crazy without the carts being launched. I have one that didn't find its way home. Better not be jumping rails on me. What? Yeah, I could see why that one did not come back. So apparently I must have broken a block there. So that is probably, I don't know what that would have been. Not the hay bales. I think redstone. I think it's redstone inside of the middle of it. So let's plop that down and hopefully it'll find its way home. Perfect. And these not pushing. Well, actually, no. Okay. I was going to say, for the longest time, yeah, maybe it is still. Maybe that is still what's going on. For the longest time, there's a visual bug to where these won't actually go all the way up to rest, even though they're actually, all of them are perfectly up resting where they should. It doesn't render them up against a thing. So like this one, you'll be like trying to push it, and you can't push it because it's already up against there. It's just not showing that it's up against there. So let me see where I stopped over here. We got diamonds in there, wheat in there, ender pearls. Good. Oh, I did fill them all. Oh, cool. Look at that. I did something proactive for once. Did Renee, do you or Gigi have any issues posting the link inside of the stream? I know sometimes the stream bots can be kind of finicky about that. I did add it in on the Twitch side, but I'm still learning all of the YouTube stuff, and I don't think YouTube has all of the fancy stuff that Twitch has. Actually, I think you did post it in chat a little bit ago. So now that all of these are filled up, we can launch them. And if you guys think that this looks crazy, now look how much crazier it looks. Crazy how the game keeps track of all of that and everything inside of the chest and taking all those stuff out of the hoppers. I got you. Yeah, I know that I tried posting a link in Buckee stream the other day and it timed me out for like 2 minutes. put me in stream jail. What the hey, Bell? Oh, watching me do this makes my brain melt. It's actually very simple once you know what's going on. I guess you could say that for a lot of things. The more complicated part, like all of the rails here, this is just delivering everything that needs to be delivered to the proper location. And unfortunately, there's not really a good way of doing that aside from just having a bunch of rails everywhere. The more confusing part is like all the redstone circuits and stuff. Like these are all the these are what activates the circuit. So whenever the counting circuit goes off, this entire line will pulse. But these pistons going down is what actually makes the link and selects what needs to be pulsed at what time, if that makes sense. So it's fairly simple. It's just a matter of understanding what's going on and then, of course, having it run all over the place like a bunch of spaghetti. And then you'll have the like the brown wool correlates with the brown red coder, and the green wool correlates with the green one, and so forth. yeah, this deprived me of a little bit of sleep, especially the rails, because I got up one morning, and it was after a late night of being on here and just fiddling around, getting all the rails run, and then I had one of those "what were you thinking" moments. This doesn't go here; it goes over here. Yeah. Yeah, if you're building something like this, you really have to color code everything, and realistically, it really pained me to make all of these the same color. But with all the different circuits that I have going throughout here, like, these are all doing the same thing. They're just going to different locations, and they're powered at different times. So that's why they're all in brown. That way they correlate with, like I said, the brown red coder goes to the brown one, and the cyan goes to cyan, the green goes to green, or lime, whatever you want to call it. And then we also have a purple one where we're going to be installing that one as well. So now the moment of truth. Let's go over here and see if we have any discombobulated materials. So all of these are pretty much going to be the cobblestone, and those aren't going to get mixed up because they don't have any other rails near them. Got redstone there, redstone there. Okay, we're going to call that one fixed for now. And then we're going to have redstone. Which one's this? This is a dispenser because it's got a bow. So cobble, 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 cobble. And then we're going to have cobblestone, bow and arrow, redstone dust. I think this one's pretty straightforward, and I don't think it's going to need any kind of modifications. I don't think. Yeah, this is all cobble line. It doesn't have a line going near it. And then this one here, I got some extra storage here just because these are the non-stackables. Which is pretty necessary, because if you want to make 64 of them, then you have to have 64 that's readily available. So we got some mix-up going on here. Looks like redstone's supposed to be in that. It looks like oak planks are supposed to be in that. This one's going to be the jukebox. We got oak planks in all of these. So that'd be 6. And then 7, 8, and then 1 piece of redstone. Go home, redstone, you're drunk. You ain't supposed to be in there. Okay, this one's probably fairly simple enough to fix, as long as it doesn't give me a hard time. We can just remove those two, bring those two up. Then that's probably good just to come across there like that. Don't really like doing that. This is going to be another problem here. Especially with that, I'm going to have to raise that up some more. Wait, no, is that going to be a problem? No, I don't think it will. I don't think a hopper is going to be able to pull that in. Yeah, I think that should be fine. Famous last words. So let's launch the carts and see if we get any anything in there that should not be in there. Now this is going to be coming up on the episode coming out. However, a lot of the design is going to be on here. It's probably going to take me multiple episodes to get it onto the server. I was going to do a crazy time lapse, but I just think it would make for way too long of a time lapse because it's probably going to take me a good week of straight building or more to get this all brought onto the server in survival mode. Plus gathering up all the materials, it might take me several weeks. So I think we're going to do it kind of like Tango's doing Decked Out and just do it in small increments. Probably be the best way of doing it. So this is the one that we just fixed. It's very easy to get turned around. Got redstone and a redstone. Got wood in our wood. Simple enough. Another thing that you got to be very careful of is like if you have a line going down like this and you have like a block there, you would think that it could just go right down through there because there's a block opening, but it can't. It'll be stopped right there. That's something. There's a lot of different things that you got to look out for. So I wonder, I don't know, hopefully that won't be an issue. Let's take a look. I think it was an issue before and I ended up fixing that. Yeah, that looks good. 30 of each. Okay, so that one doesn't need any work. Maybe take a look, or take a second to look at chat. Every time I think I have a moderate grasp of redstone, I watch your new projects and I'm like, yeah, I have a lot to learn. Well, you know, my name is Redstone Built. It's just RS for short. A lot of people don't really put those links together. I'm going to be making a banner for my channel, and I'm thinking on the banner itself it's going to say Redstone Built. That way people can kind of make that connection a lot easier. Redstone's always been my thing. I'm just slowly getting into building, and I'm learning a lot with it. And I get a lot of inspiration from Gigi. He is one incredible builder. We have quite a few incredible builders here on the server. But redstone is a bunch of circuits and a bunch of parts that are all put together. A lot of people get really confused about redstone because they look at something like this and they're like, how does that work? First and foremost, that is not how you look at redstone. Look at redstone, you go over here. Let's look at this. How does this work? Okay. Looking at this and finding out how this works is a whole lot easier than looking at that picture saying, how does that work? Everything is broken into small sections. This is what's called a red coder. Basically, we have a bunch of additional circuits here, which is just bringing the signal strength up. And they have to be a signal strength of one block between them. That way they don't change the signal strength. For this, we're basically just selecting a picture frame, which is going to put out a different signal strength for the position of the picture frame with the comparator. And that's just put out here through the redstone, which is brought down here. Then we have two comparators, which one's in subtract mode, one's in regular mode. So whenever there's power added to this one, it basically adds to one line and subtracts from the other, which basically makes a part inside of the circuit to where it's not powered. And since whenever you move that, it will plus one here and minus one here, and then that would move this direction by one, if that makes sense. And if it gets to a spot here, let me actually activate it so you can see what's going on. So if we go to the minecart here and we turn that on, so it has this one unpowered, and that's because this one is putting out redstone power of 3, which is being read from that picture frame. And since 3 does not go all the way to 4, it's going to unpower this. However, this is going to power in subtract mode, which is going to power the difference pretty much. It'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So these are basically working opposite of each other, which would make one dead spot move back and forth between these torches. And because a dead spot is going to activate torches, because the torches, whenever they're powered, is going to turn them off, it's going to be able to select what torch is powered and which one's not. Hopefully that makes sense. And then I'm basically just using some redstone to push a line down here, which is pushing down a redstone block to power the line. And then at the same time, that redstone block is powering this redstone dust, powering that block, which is going to push that piston. But because you can't push a piston that is extended, it will basically wait there until that piston is released. And then as soon as that piston is released, it'll push that back instantly. So it's just a bunch of different small circuitries that's put together. You learn one thing at a time, and you take those things that you learn and you put them all together. It's the same way that any of your electronics, computers, anything works. You look at like your relays, capacitors, diodes, all of them, you know, they're all little pieces that were designed, and then you put them into a compilation to make a redstone, or not redstone, into a compilation to make a circuit board. And that's essentially what we're doing here with redstone. Hopefully that was a semi-okay way of explaining it. So let me move this. But this here is a method I've been using for a while to kind of remotely bring stuff down. And it's just a very good way of doing it. Just using that kind of instant piston there. Just a really good way of doing it. So I'll put that back down there. And since that's now immovable from that piston, it's not going to be able to push it up until that one's released. And then these are just going to run power over to the other sticky pistons, which are going to bring a block down. And that block is going to dictate which one's powered and which one's not. So anytime you're looking at redstone, don't get... what's the word I'm looking for? It's very daunting. Don't get worked up looking at a circuit like this. Look at it one at a time. And that's why we are marking the colors here. Like Renee said, we're marking our circuits out. And like up here with the what I call the R-bus system here is different circuits. All these different colors are doing different things, and that's why they're different colors. So take things one circuit at a time, and you'll be able to figure it out and learn it. And then once you figure out what everything's doing separately, then you can put them all together into conjunction and make them work together and make stuff like this that makes you run your head up against the wall. It's fun. I enjoy Minecraft. Alright, let me mute my Discord real quick. Okay, maybe I can do. Potentially, we'll see. If not, it's not too big of a deal. Let me catch up on chat real quick. Nope, apparently I didn't mute it. Oh well. As long as it's not bothering you guys, it's not bothering me. So essentially, and I'm sure I'm going to have people point this out, but it's just more of a fun project. Essentially what's going on in this factory is I'm using this to restock my redstone shop primarily, and I am making it to where I can just select whatever piece of redstone component that I want to craft, and then I select the number that I want to craft, and then it's going to dispense the perfect amount of numbers in order to craft those. Now I know the amount of time that I built designing this, building it, and then bringing it onto the server is going to definitely be a lot more than what it would have just been to sit there and craft stuff all season long. But again, like I said, it's just more the fun of doing it. Gigi's gonna be rich. Yeah, maybe. Hopefully one day. Then you can share it with us. Remember the people that supported you, Gigi. All right. In the description box. I thought making a gardening farm gave me a headache. I understand this, but so much for the eyes to take in. Yeah, it most definitely is. Let me toggle this on my other monitor real quick. So let me turn that back on. Then I think I know what to be here. Patient settings. Okay, there we go. That should fix that. Renee says, Eamon, that Gigi is an amazing builder. Yeah, she is. She's an incredible builder for sure. Moss Logic agrees. Moss says, luckily I have some circuit experience. Powering was confusing for me when I started. Yeah, well, a lot of what got me into it is because I'm a master mechanic by trade, and we learn a lot of that stuff with working on vehicles and stuff, but I've always had a very inquisitive mindset to learn stuff like that. I started off whenever I was younger, tearing stuff apart and breaking it, and then I eventually got to a point where I was breaking it and fixing some of the stuff, and now I've just primarily got into where I fix stuff, which is good. I'm fine with the pings. It gets confusing when I'm the one causing some of the pings. Yeah, or if you're trying to figure out if you're getting pinged or if it's the pings coming through stream. Yeah, I ended up muting that for a couple minutes, so should be good. I do apologize for that, guys. I'm trying to think of a good way of doing it. I should be able to post a link, actually. Yeah, let me, you guys give me 1 second and I'll do that. That'd probably be the easiest way of doing it. So we're going to want a invite here. We're going to want to edit that link to where it has no limit. Alien says going to try and finish my Fortress Farm video, so I'll keep having to mute the stream. Oh, no worries. If I don't get a chance, bye and have a great rest of the stream. All right, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate you dropping in. It's good to see you as always. Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't yell at me for posting a link. There we go. You guys click that. Everybody in the stream, click that. Head on over and support the Project Bedrock community. If you have not already done so, please like the stream. It helps new people find the stream, and they get to come in here and hang out with us, give us a hard time, and be entertainment. So it's a win-win. Yeah, hopefully that's not confusing. You guys are all more than welcome to join either my private Discord or Project Bedrock. There is some members on my private Discord, but if you're wanting to interact with all of them, then be sure to head on over to the new Project Bedrock Discord. We just opened it, so there's not a whole lot of people on there aside from members, and I'm sure it will be growing pretty quickly. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I figured I was trying to find a way to get the link out, because trying to read off and be like, type in .gg//n654q. I don't think that's probably confuse people even more. Confuse me even more, especially whenever I don't read it off correctly. All right, awesome. I do apologize for not having that all ready to go. As stated, my morning has been a little on the hectic side. You mean you're a complete idiot this morning? You're not a complete idiot. You know, the one of the funniest things, and I know I'm kind of squirreling at the moment, but one of the funniest things is, unless you see a glass floor like this, like you'll walk in here, like, because this glass floor, that's not going to be there. That was just for like testing purposes and part of my video. But you walk in here and you be like, yeah, move a couple dials, hit a couple switches, everything works the way it is. Man, there's really not a whole lot of redstone in here, until you realize that kind of like an iceberg. It's like 5% is above the ground, and 1,000,000.1% is down below the ground. It's kind of the same way with I don't know if you guys ever saw the vending machines that I made for GG over here, but those are kind of the same way. We wanted it to be like a very small vending machine up top, and I think that we achieved that really well. Oh, did somebody? No, it just looked like I picked something up. I do apologize for my son coughing in the background. He's napping, and he's got allergies extremely bad. But yeah, this is just a nice small little contraption. Doesn't look like a whole lot, but if you go down underneath the surface, there's a lot more down here than what meets the eye. You know, it's not huge, I mean, especially compared to what you just saw, but it's kind of an illusion that, oh, I just put myself in spectator, and now I just put myself in, there we go. But it's kind of like an illusion that you don't really realize, just because a lot of it's hidden underground. And that's the same way with like the Alace Sanctuary too. I mean, there's a lot of stuff like that, really. I mean, if you want it to look good and you don't want it to look very technical, then that's definitely the way to do it. Now, one thing I was thinking about doing with these doors here was moving them out by one as well, which I'm going to do that eventually on the server. And I think I'm going to modify this a little bit too, because I'm going to need more room for those ramps. So I don't know, I might change this part, we'll have to see. But first and foremost, it's kind of like I got to get all the redstone in and functioning, and then from that point forward I can modify things from there to make it look better. Alright, Gigi says, when you read the Patreon Discord, you will see why I forgot that we had the new Project Bedrock public Discord. Yeah, I spoke with Buckee last night on there, and he said that it was a green light to go live with it, so hopefully he doesn't mind the surge of people coming in from the stream. Now, Buckee is the one of the main ones running that one. So if you guys have any questions pertaining to that server, Buckee would be the one to go to, and very, very helpful with them kind of taking some load off of me, because it's been a little on the overwhelming side for sure. When did I start working on my factory? I have not started working on, or are you talking about when did I start building it? As far as what I'm doing now, I started doing this last week sometime. I think like last Monday-ish. And if you can imagine, like, that's just doing this on creative, on the creative copy. But could you imagine how much longer it would have been if I tried to do all of this? And like, because this is like you guys see this and y'all think this is crazy. But this is literally like the third rendition of this, to where I've torn it out and had to rebuild it because I wasn't happy with it. Since day one, I think it was like episode 6, episode 7, something like that. It's been a while, but there was a little bit of time there where I didn't get a video out for like a month. It was so hectic in real life. It's really kind of kept me away. I really want to get this done so I can start working on my mega base. I mean, if we're going to have the server go on for a little bit longer, then I definitely want to get building. You know, I want to I want to get my mega base put in, which at the very, very beginning of the season, I ended up marking a area way over here. Yeah, I know. It has been a really huge project. And I don't know if like season 2, if I should like kind of like tone it down. That's one of the things that I'm going to do on season 2, is I'm not going to be a spread out. I'm going to be doing a mega base on season 2. However, it's all going to be in the same spot. So one of the biggest challenges that I'm going to be doing is my industrial district and my base is going to be all in one. Which means I'm going to have to spawn proof everything. I'm going to have a lot of efficiency upgrades. I'm going to have everything functioning in unison. And more importantly, it's going to be one of my biggest challenges, having every farm hidden, looking good. Because I'm going to put a build around each and every thing that I do, which is something I've never been able to do, but it's something I really want to accomplish. So I have this giant flower field up here, which I have marked out for my mega base, and just have not gotten around to it. And I still have the mega base inside of my brain sitting there idle, and this is a lovely spot to do it, but just have not gotten around to it. Been a lot more hectic this past year than I ever anticipated it being. And it seems like right when you start to get caught up, you something happens and you get so much further set back than you ever anticipate. Works on mega tortoise while watching stream. This is a judgment free zone, man. You do you with your tortoise. Moss Logic says, want it to look good, bury it. Yes, that is exceedingly true for my builds. You want to see my 2010 cobblestone house? It looks wonderful. Let's see, since day one. Yeah, I have been working on it for a very, very long time. I originally wanted to make this a dual wall, kind of like I did with the smeltery. But I really need the space in here. You don't trust me as a neighbor? Oh, why? I still have all of my anvils that I gotta give back to you. And you know I'm gonna do it the R's built way, so I would definitely prepare for that. Every time that you log on to the server, you need to be recording. Or we need to decide that one thing that we were talking about. I think that would really help with that. Okay, I think that I'm all caught up on chat. The chat was being kind of funky. It's like it was not scrolling with real time. So it's kind of confusing there for a moment. So, enough jibber jabber. Let me concentrate on doing this. Renee says, Jason, one of my members on TC, had built his whole base under a giant turtle shell. Very cool. Those anvils were a gift. I appreciate the gift. I feel like regifting though. I feel like regifting. I feel like there's people that could use those anvils more than me. And save you from having to craft all that iron into anvils for yourself. Okay, so this one's just strictly redstone dust because it makes redstone blocks, so that one is good. This one here. Ooh, are we missing an ingredient? I think we are missing an ingredient. Okay, what do we need here? We need, we got cobble, 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 cobble redstone, hay bales. Oh boy. Oh boy. Is that 4 and 4? I think that was 4 and 4. And then we got these that need some stuff inside of them. Because the pistons are... Man. Oh, I thought I was in survival. Cobble, planks, redstone, dust, and steel, I think. If I can spell it. Okay, so we need, we got 4 cobble. That was fun. Actually, I have a list right next to me that I can bring up. I wasn't such a dingbat. And I just crashed Minecraft. What the flip-flop? Okay, there we go. Minor setback, it's fine. Moss says, I got some great content. Oh yeah, absolutely. Isn't that what everybody does whenever they get like a Christmas present that they don't want? And you can't just openly tell the person that you already have one of those. So you re-gift them. We almost blew up my base. I almost ended RS and relaunched GG into space. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That's kind of some of the things that I was talking about earlier with like some of the stuff that we do off of camera where we just get on and have fun together. It's a blast. Watching the stream is definitely making fulfilling in the rivers a lot less tedious. Making filling in the rivers a lot less tedious. So here's a question: have you ever started a big project and abandoned it midway through? There's been projects that I just either lost motivation in, or some things that the concept of them was just flawed. Like there was a door that I have inside of my redstone testing world, which I'm sure if you spend enough hours working on it, you could make it work. And it was I think it was a 4x4 or 5x5 door. But the problem is that the door itself relied on the pistons pushing out and against each other to become immovable objects. and that is what kept it from breaking. However, because there's such an issue with timing on Bedrock Edition Redstone, it's basically a flawed logic. Now, they might be able to do something like that on Java Edition, because their timing on their redstone is a lot tighter. But because there's such a discrepancy between redstone and like the tick that it's going to activate on, like it might be one tick ahead or one tick behind, and when two things are supposed to be moving at the exact same time and stopping each other, then that would ultimately break the farm. It's kind of like if you take, for example, not a mini block. Can't use a mini block for that. Kind of like if you take two pistons here, then you power both of these pistons. This is the best way to explain Minecraft Bedrock Redstone. Even if you power this one over here, the best way to explain Minecraft Bedrock Redstone right there. It's everything you need to know. So our tolerances are a lot looser than what they would need to be in Java, or could, I should say could be in Java. But yes, to answer that question, yes, I have started a big project and abandoned it midway through. Something like this I have not started and abandoned. It's a lot easier to abandon something when you don't have as much time invested into it. Mossology says only about 100 times. Some make the cut and others don't. Yeah, I think that there's a lot of, yeah, if you go through my redstone world, there's a lot of failed logics that I feel like could work if I put enough time into it. But you know, there's a lot of stuff like that that'll happen where you're doing something and you're 9/10 of the way through it, and then you're like, you know what, why am I doing this? I could be doing it this way, which would be so much better. And then you rip that out, and then that's where the really good farms come from. But unfortunately, you're devoting a lot of time into it to where just about there, you almost have it, and you're like, what am I thinking? And then you go back through there and you redesign it and redesign it. Most of my farms have been redesigned. Like, you're not seeing I don't know if anything that I put out is a first iteration. You know, you are seeing a lot of redesigns, a lot of failed attempts, a lot of everything, but I spend an astronomical amount of time learning, testing, stuff like that. It's like this mob farm that I'm about to put out, which you guys will be familiar with if you followed me back on like my Just Another Let's Play series. But my general mob farm is one of the only ones that I know of that utilizes a fully symmetrical spawning system. So most general mob farms will spawn 90% of their mobs on the cave cap, and then their surface spawn, they would be on the top of the farm, which would give you like 10% surface spawns. The one that I use has a stacked tower system, but it gives you 50% cave spawns, 50% surface spawns, and there's a very specific way that I do that, and it's using game mechanics. And that's again one of those things that you have to get on there and do testing. And the wiki helps a lot, but there's a lot of stuff on the wiki that you read that is not accurate. It's not correct, so you have to be very careful. Of course, the way that spawning works is if you have a solid block over top of a spawning block, then that's always going to spawn a cave mob. In order to have a surface spawn, you have to have sky access above it, as long as there's not like a transparent block above it. So there can't be a solid block above it, it has to be transparent block. So if there is sky directly above here, like so, that would give us a surface spawn. Put a block there, that would give us a cave spawn. Okay, if I take and I take this, then I put this here, that would give us a surface spawn because that's a transparent block. So the surface spawns can spawn underneath a transparent block. Same thing with leaves. Use leaves. That will give you a surface spawn. You follow me? Okay, now let me confuse you, because this is where the game mechanics and doing testing and learning about stuff is vital, because this you probably won't be able to find on the wiki because you have to do testing and learn it. This will give you... Now I know what you're thinking. A cave spawn? No, you're wrong. It won't. This will not give you a cave spawn. This will give you a surface spawn. Believe that or not. Let me throw another wrench into the mix for you. Think that's confusing, okay? We have a slab here. If I put a upper slab here, that upper slab is nice because mobs can spawn on that. We like the upper slab because we can use this for another layer so mobs can spawn on top of it. So because we have sky access here, we'll get sky access, so we'll get a surface spawn underneath here, because this is interpreted by the game as a transparent block. We'll get a surface spawn underneath here. Okay, let me move this down one. You know what we get if we move that down one? Now that we're using a bottom half slab instead of a top half slab, we get a cave spawn, if you believe that or not. So this is all vital testing that I've done in order to optimize my farms, and it really works out in the favor though, because if you have a lower half slab, even if I got surface spawns underneath here, then I can't put anything really up here to get another mob to spawn up top here, because mobs cannot spawn on a half slab. They can only spawn on a upper half slab because it's a flat area, if that makes sense. The top slabs will allow you to have surface spawns under them. The bottom half slabs will allow you to have cave spawns underneath them. So there's a big issue with that, where a lot of people go wrong on their mob farms and they don't realize this, because again, they need, like, you have to test them and see what exactly is going on. So a lot of people will do this. They'll take something like, I don't want to get rid of my rails. They'll take something like a leaf or something like that. Now, leaf's probably a bad example. Glass is probably a bad example. But they will take the portion of the farm that's supposed to be a cave spawn, and because they think, or not cave spawn, they'll take the portion that's supposed to be a surface spawn, and because they think that the cobblestones are potentially a transparent block, they will take and basically put lower half slabs across their entire farm. And what they are essentially doing is destroying every single surface spawn that they would ever get below those, regardless if you have glass under here, leaves under here, anything under here is completely destroying it, because these are seen by the game as a solid block. So the only thing that's going to spawn under these are going to be cave spawns. So all of these farms that you see that are mob proofing with lower half slabs on the top of them, that will completely decimate whatever surface spawns you get. If you go on my channel, and I actually did a video on this I think about a year ago. Matter of fact, I'll do one better for you guys, because I demonstrate exactly what I'm showing you right here. Hopefully it's not going to be loud. I apologize if this volume's loud for you guys. Hey look, RSculpt's streaming. Holy moly, my computer's running slow. Sorry about that, guys. Try and search for it, make it a little faster. Try and pause this before it screams in our ears. There we go. Okay, so I'll throw this link up for you guys. If you guys want, y'all can check out this video. But this basically explains everything that I just told y'all, and it shows you my testing methods that prove what I'm telling you is the way that it works and functions. And a lot of farms, I mean, even if you have farms that's designed by other content creators, they might benefit from watching that video and just making a few changes. So definitely check out that video and check out what I was showing you, and by all means do your own testing and let me know what you come up with. So sorry about that rant, getting into that tangent. So I'm thinking that this one is fixed here. 30, 30, 30. I was pretty concerned that this was going to be a big deal to fix, but it doesn't, really, knock on wood, seem to be like it's a huge deal. The piston, that's one thing I need to go back to, because the piston, this one here, and this is not hooked up, so that's a pretty big issue. So we should have 4 cobblestone. Yeah, see, I think this was one of those late night gaming sessions. So let's see. I don't know why I can't see ingredients in creative. It drives me nuts. Okay, so we need 3 planks, and then we need iron and cobblestone dust. Or, yeah, cobblestone dust, you dummy. Redstone dust. I swear half of the entertainment in my streams is just me laughing at myself. Okay, so 2 of these need to be 86'd, because it does not need that much cobblestone. Wait, why are those? Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's golden. And then this one should not get any cobblestone, but it has 4 pieces. Let me make sure this is not incidental. Got 1, 2, 3, and 4. You already built on a conjuring. Let's see. It wasn't a farm that I sent you, was it? It should have been a Or are you talking about the general mob farm that I'm talking about? Yeah, okay, so I sent the right link. Yeah, the only thing with the, because I'm getting ready to release a tutorial on that, I'm going to be releasing a tutorial for a pretty easy mob, or not mob farm, a pretty easy moss farm too. Moss and bone meal farm coming up on my channel. But the general mob farm is going to be a longer video. Kind of a lot that goes into it. Trying to crop it down as much as I can. So we got these 3, so it'd be cobble, 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 cobble. And I don't know what these 2 are. I'm assuming that those 2 are going to be... 3 of those should be wood. Okay, let's go ahead and pull the lever and see what we end up getting. Pull the lever, Crunk. Yeah, it's a Monday, Tuesday. Sure feels like Monday. Yeah, these were the ones that we were getting a little funky stuff with, wasn't it? Okay, so this one should not have cobble. Should not have redstone. Well, I might need redstone, but it definitely should not have any hay bales. Should not have any cobble in these. I think redstone. So I think my original plan was just to have these as planks going into here. So we will kind of make like a mental note of that. Plank, plank, plank. I can't say plank without thinking of plank off of Ed, Edd and Eddy. You were born in the 90s and you know what I mean. Yes, I built yes, I built your mob farm with the surface cave calves based on what you talked about, and that, yeah. That's what I figured you meant. Yeah, it makes a big difference. Because essentially you're slashing your production rate by, what would that be, 40%? Yeah. Thinking, yeah. 40% if my brain's working correctly, which I need a little asterisk. May not work correctly most of the time. ... So planks. The best way to do this. Might not run into any. Really need to see if I need to pass through or if I can have a bump block here. I mean, if I could route it to where there's a bump block there, then it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Go and see our planks. I know it was one of the first ones. This is the bulk material. We got our planks here. So let's follow this rail down and see. Okay. And then I grab my diamond block, my little marker block. That way I don't lose track of myself. Nice and bright. So we got that goes down and around. This didn't skew up again, did it? Right? 32, perfect, perfect, and perfect. Gonna go down, around, loop around, down through there. Yep. I think the answer to this is going to be a bunch of hoppers. Hopper, hopper, hopper. Hopper, hopper, and hopper. Oh boy, a lot of hoppers. Before I do that, let me do a little testing here. We did that. Can we get away with that? You know what? We could, yeah, we could loop around, couldn't we? And we could also drop down prematurely. We could keep it consistent. Should be more than enough room to drop down. Yeah, I think we can make this work. Yeah, people do that. If you ever become a content creator, you gotta get used to that. That's one thing that Azumavoid was ranting about not too long ago. He's like, people comment stuff and they're talking about you, and I'm like, I'm right here, I'm reading it, you're commenting on my comments. Azumavoid this, Azumavoid did that. Okay, so this one. That's going to loop around, come around through there. Hopefully this is the same one. Kind of funny. Now watch, I'm going to modify this track and it's not even going to be the right one. That doesn't even need to drop down. That doesn't even need to drop down. Yeah, what a quinky dink. Oh boy, what overflowed? Never good whenever things start overflowing. No, you silly rail, you ain't going up there. No. Stay where you belong. Yeah, and then we can just bring this down around and a little loop there. Keep that up like that, and yeah, that should be a winner there. Hopefully. Another thing that you got to watch out for is like having the torches, making sure that you're not, like I said before, like locking hoppers, powering redstone, stuff like that. But also something that I ran into is like if you want to stack rails and you have a torch there, and then you put a torch on top, obviously it's going to turn that off. You got to watch for that too. Okay, so that goes in there, that goes in there. Beautiful. Take advantage of that frog light, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, because actually here, yeah, we'll just remove these. Remove those, put that one there and that one there. Perfect. I think I got it all lit up. Now, if I did everything correctly, I should get 3 planks inside of there. Then we got to figure out what's going on with the, should be 1 bit of iron and 1 bit of redstone dust. And no haystacks. No haystacks, no cobble. Simple enough. My brain hurts. So, got a plank there, plank there, plank there. And we need to figure out why we're getting hay bales in here and how we can fix it. And why we're getting cobblestone. I think that redstone's probably hooked up properly. I just don't know. You know, I'm wondering if I routed the wrong one to this, or it was supposed to be an iron block. Let's see. Would be that one there. What is this that goes up? I bet you it's going to be a hay bale. That was iron. Oh, I see what happened. Torches. I see what happened. That explains it. Okay, that's glowstone. It's got pistons in it. Everything makes sense now. Okay, you can have your hay bales back. And what we're going to do is copy the data from this one and make it go all over the place. Except I need a sword to break it. And I don't even want to know. Wait, what? I have so many questions. I have so many questions. So there was some of these that I was moving around, and I just put the hay bales back like a big dummy. There was some of these that I was moving around, and that was probably originally a hay spot for hay bales. And I think what happened is I ended up moving it. So does the hay bale spot actually have hay bales? It does not. Okay, so 86 that, put that in. We got hay bales there now. Perfect. Now we can put that in there, which is going to be filled up with iron. And the way that I've been doing that is putting myself in survival so I don't pick it all up, and then give at self, and then 1000. Oh man, I'm supposed to pick it all up. Try again. 1000. There we go. What is going? What's going wacky back here? Alrighty then. Just lock that for now. Well, actually, if I lock that, then nothing's going to go through. Oh, are you okay now? Now that you have a little bit in there? Might have to do a little bit of redesigning on that one. So now that we have that up there, hopefully now, let's just go ahead and do a quick QC check. Got stone there, cobble there, planks there, glass there, redstone dust there, torches there, iron, glowstone, pistons, got hay bales and chest, wooden planks, quartz, sticks, string, slime balls, copper, diamonds, blaze powder. You're not blaze powder. For blaze powder in here? So I originally had the wheat inside of here, and I was going to add wheat to the system because of course I need to have wheat so I can make the hay bales, but then I realized that all you need is 9 wheat to make a hay bale, so it's just a simple crafting recipe, so it's not needed to have inside of the system. I could just bulk craft it out of my crafting table. So there's not really anything that needs to have any measurement done to it. So this one here we can yes, just yeah, we don't need that. And then on a regular chest, and inside of that regular chest we're going to need lots of blaze powder, and we're going to want to change that too. Looks like the rest of that's accurate. Yeah, Jason, she sounds like me whenever I just woke up. People know not to talk to me until I have at least 1 cup of coffee. Like, leave me alone, I'm tired. I need one of those cups that have like the little bar on it. That eventually, once you get to the very bottom, it's like, now you can talk. Okay, ender pearls there. I'm glad that we double checked that. Sand there. Good. Gunpowder. Last minute I ended up deciding that I was going to add TNT in here too, so have some TNT. These two are just placeholders. for later. They're going to be for the calibrated skulk sensor, and then there's also plenty of stuff to make the chiseled bookshelves as well. Good morning, Audie. Welcome to the chat. I think I'm all caught up on it. Okay, and I think all of our ingredients are properly put in now. So, no, stop with the weird stuff, controller. So let's send all of those on our way and see if we get our stuff inside of the place where it's supposed to go. Okay, and then we're still a little over this one here, so should have our cobble in here, and we should have redstone. So we need to find out why cobble's getting in this one. Then we're getting cobble in this one too, which is no bueno. Then this one, meh, I can't navigate. Okay, so we got our wood, and our wood there. Oh, we got iron. Yeah. Okay, so that's good. We just need to make sure that we get the cobble out of these. So we got cobble coming into this one. There's nothing funky with the hoppers, right? And cobble going into this one. That's pretty concerning, to be honest. I can see the cobble going into this one because it's passing that hopper. I cannot see it going into the other ones though. Okay. So this one here. This one here I can bring up by one. Move that. And I guess bring it across like this. Then would that work if I did it like that? Probably not the best way of doing things, but it does work. And then that was probably okay, not that low, so we don't gotta worry about it powering that. That should be enough to get that off of that hopper where it's not pulled in anymore, at least for this one. I don't quite know what's going on with the other one though. So let's do another test run and see if we get any more contamination. This is another one of those things that a lot of people don't see with designing farms and stuff. You run into a ton of stuff like this designing farms. It's all the behind the scenes that you don't see. Definitely a lot of kinks to work out. Okay, we got redstone. Wait a minute. Okay, that's not the hopper one. I was gonna say. Or that's not the piston one, rather. This one. So, I think these are good. These all have the planks like they should. Perfect. That one's got just iron in it. Perfect. This one, for whatever reason, still has cobblestone in it. Why would this one be getting cobblestone in it? So we know it's not going to happen here, at least it shouldn't. cobblestone one is this one. Okay, go up here. These 4 should be cobble. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then... That's strange. That's the planks. It only seems to happen in the turns. I wonder if it's happening here whenever it goes around the corner. I'm wondering if that hitbox is slightly like merging into there. I know that wasn't really what was happening on the testing side of things, but let me try this out real quick. Let's move this over here. Put that there, and that's going to be our easy access point where we can come back. Or at least try to beat it over there. Bam, got it. Well, I'll be, look at that. So how? So it is somehow pulling it in, even though it has a hopper over top of it. Like it glitches inside of that box enough. I love Bedrock. I love Bedrock. I love Bedrock. I love Bedrock. So I think the easiest fix. Hey boy. Could try it like this, maybe. Yeah. Some of this orange wool and just cap that there. The reason why I cap those like that is because I don't want to think that I missed that one. So I put a piece of orange wool over top of it, and that way I know that that one is hooked up to something. Oh, you big dummy. Okay, that theoretically should... Because it doesn't seem like it's pulling it out whenever it goes by. It's just during the corners. Let me take a moment and take a look at chat. Suffering Monday on a Tuesday. Yeah, yesterday was really weird. We like most people, I'm sure, had it off. But I don't know, you almost feel like you're guilty, like you're missing work. You're like, I feel like I should be working, but I'm not allowed to work today. But it was a lot of fun. We had one of my daughter's friends from school. We ended up going to a birthday party for her, and ended up having a blast. Ended up meeting some really great people, and talked to my daughter's friends, dad's brother and dad's dad. Hopefully that's not confusing. But they're originally from New York, and they were there when the Twin Towers fell and stuff, and we talked a lot about that and everything that happened, and it's hard to find good conversation nowadays, and I really enjoyed talking with them. So it was a good day yesterday. Had a lot of fun, had a lot of good time spent with the family, so it was definitely nice. So let me pull this stuff out. Okay, so we're down to like 1 on this. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Well, I tell you what, Minecraft Bedrock has more features than any other game. Oh. Reposition for a second. I ended up moving my desk around a little bit, and hey look, we just got redstone in there, cool. And ended up finally putting my chair together that my brother-in-law got me for Christmas, and got rid of my old one, so hopefully you guys won't hear all that squeaking in the background anymore. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 going in there, and then iron. Come on, controller, you can do it. Redstone dust. Have 3 planks, perfect. And then on this side, let's just double check and make sure that we have cobblestone here. Yes, perfect. So we can cross that one off the list and say that it is no longer contaminated, which is lovely. This one here is next. That's going to be, just start putting like a diamond block down to mark them. Not only is that one not contaminated, but we also were missing materials on that one. This one's a daylight sensor. It's going to need 3 glass, 3 slabs, and 3 quartz, I believe. So we got glass, glass and a plank, which is no good. Glass and a plank, plank, and a plank. So I think these 3 are going to be planks. And then this is supposed to be glass. So we got some interchanging going on with the 2 center ones there. And then let me check these. Quartz, quartz, and quartz. And of course we're not supposed to have any hay bales in there. Very peculiar. So I'm thinking that's good, that's good. So realistically, that's good, that's good. So the 2 centers and that one. Let's see why they are doing that. Okay. So with these 2, it should be easy to fix. Just more or less just lift these up. 1, 2, 3. Remove that so it's not blocking the hopper. Gonna need another block. You're not a block, you're a torch. Another block there. And let's see, these are just not hoppers underneath. We can do a little bit of zigzag in there. Oop, we got a locked hopper there. Can't have a locked hopper. Might need to reposition that somehow. So if we remove that, looks like that one's already powered, so I can probably just power that there, and that should not power any hoppers. Good. And then for that one there, we can do that, as long as that does not interfere, does not like it. And I feel like I should have one on the center there. Maybe one here. Block torch. Theoretically, that should work. The only problem is if that's going to make an issue. I don't foresee it making an issue because it doesn't have the S shape going around it. So I think this would be the same as just having one going straight across this way. But I'll have to keep an eye on there and double check it just to make sure. First and foremost, let's take these out of here. Guess I should get rid of some of these hay bales and make a spot for slabs in my inventory. Oh, nope. Great. Broke it. Broke the entire thing. Glass, glass, slab, slab, slab. And then there was an issue with this one over here. That was getting hay bales. Very strange. Quartz, quartz, and quartz. Why was this getting hay bales? I mean, this surely is not the hay bale line, is it? No, that's the iron line. Okay, so it was getting hay bales when it was supposed to be getting iron, because the iron was the one that had the hay bales in it. So how in tarnations is it pulling that in? Let's see if it does it again. I bet it'll probably pull iron in there. It's like the hitboxes. Man, they really need to focus on the hitboxes on these minecarts. I'm going to take a look at that one that Alien sent me. I believe that's the one that he's talking about with the minecarts. The hitboxes off to the side, I believe he said. And I'll post that on my YouTube on the community tab. So if you guys don't mind, go over there and upvote that one. That way we can get it fixed, because it's a really frustrating bug. Especially with this, like, you would never think that this hopper would pull out of this going right by it. And that one might be a little bit more difficult to fix. Really don't want to... Really don't want to dip that one down. Can't help it. Maybe it's like whenever it's making its way back down. Yeah, let's find out. Okay, we don't got any in there now. More quartz. More quartz. Nope, it's coming back. Okay, we didn't get any that time. I still kind of feel like that needs to be fixed though. I think since it doesn't need to go this way, I think an easy fix for this would be removing these. Does that need to be there? No, that does not need to be there. Awesome. Remove this. Remove this, which is the problem child. And then just use the KISS principle. Beautiful. Does this interfere? Doesn't look like anything's interfering. That can go, that can go, that can go, and I think that should fix our issue. I'm assuming that that would be fine there. Oh, so many features, guys. Yeah, it seems like whenever the hoppers are like an S, that seems like when they have the biggest problem. And I think that's because the minecarts, to make them smoother going through the corners. It's like if you've ever gone through a zigzag track running like this diagonally, you don't go like this going down the track. You just go straight, even though the track's going straight, or even though the track's zigzagging. I think that's maybe like an optimization thing that they did, and instead of like it going back and forth and staying over top of this block, I think it's like going over this block, which is causing that issue. Okay, let's go ahead and turn that on again. Oh, I don't even want to know what you're talking about. Is that a new nickname for Moss? Okay, that's looking pretty good. Not seeing any kind of contaminations in that. Now, because this one was a little bit more finicky, I do want to run this a second time just to... Oh, I'm trapped. Let me out of here. Just to make double sure we're not going to run into any problems with it. Yeah. I'm surprised I'm not making you guys nauseated just going through all the redstone. Airplane the movie. It reminds me of Snakes on Planes. Samuel L. Jackson. Oh man. Okay, looks like this is I think it's passing. Passing my test. See, I think that iron one's going to come back. I think that iron one's one of the ones that like take the most amount of time to return. Maybe it's already back. A corny good movie. Yeah, I don't know. Samuel L. Jackson's one of those actors for me that there's a very select few of movies that I actually enjoy watching him in. I feel like he has a very particular part. Kind of like with oh, who is that played the original Grinch? Was it Will Ferrell? Trying to think. I think he played in Me, Myself, and Irene too. Jason says I do my best to follow along. This is way above my current pay grade. This is above my pay grade. Yeah, right now I'm just fixing the issues with the contamination, unfortunately. You know, if Bedrock worked the way that it was supposed to, I wouldn't be having to do this, but... Jim Carrey, thank you. I don't know, you get movies or actors like him, and I don't know, I can only take so much of Jim Carrey anyways. And then I saw... What movie was that I just saw? I got like a glimpse of it, or like last week, I think. And he was playing a serious part, and I'm like, no. Like, I can only deal with him in so many funny movies, and then watching him in a serious part, I'm like, no, that definitely does not fit. It definitely does not fit. Yeah, that was probably before my time, Audie. I know it's been around for a while. was Boris Karloff. I don't think I've ever even heard of them. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Just, okay, this is the dropper, so this is one next. I did enjoy him in the original Grinch. I feel like he fit that part very well. But everybody's different. I know, like, me, one of my favorite movies is The Waterboy. And if you ask that to Renee, man, she absolutely hates that. She despises that movie. Good boy. We got all kinds of stuff happening over here. Kinds of cross-contamination. So this should be all cobble except for one piece of redstone. So no hay bales, no iron. So hay bales are probably from the iron like before. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a ways away. That was probably when my mother was born. She probably watched that growing up. My mother, she was born in 55. Now that. So we got this one here that's getting contaminated. Then we got this one here that's getting contaminated with iron as well. And this one getting contaminated with cobblestone. Yes, I'm a huge fan of Kathy Bates. I love her. And Vicky Valancourt. Vicky Valancourt's the type of girl that you go to bed next to, and it's thrilling because you never know if you're going to wake up or be the last time you ever go to sleep. Especially when she holds a sign in the window, "Want me to kill them?" Oh man, if they did that movie nowadays, man, that would have had a whole different outcome. Okay, so we are good. So basically these last three. So this one here is probably the issue here on this one. So let's move this. Bring this up by one. That is not what I wanted to do. Ooh, I see what's going on here. Wait a minute. That can't be like that. No. How would I have ever thought that was a good idea? Okay, so we got that one. Then those are going down below, which is going this direction. So we got that one and that one. So that would be good. And then this one didn't even be over here. This one could just go around the curve here and then go down, and that one should be golden. And then as far as powering it, suppose maybe one here and one there. That should not mess up the flow of the cart, I don't think. Plenty of room down there. All right, let's go ahead and send the carts down, and we'll see what we end up with. Misery. I don't know if I've seen that one. There's been a lot of movies that I watched and loved, but I can't for the life of me remember the name, so it's really hard to say. I loved Megamind, even though I was normally loathe the actors who voiced them. Yeah. One of my favorites was Bruce Willis. It's so disheartening to see what he's going through. It's so sad that it's almost like Robin Williams all over again to me. Okay, so are these fixed? No? Okay, so we got iron here. And iron here. Is that left over? Oh, it looks like it's happening right in the center. Sorry guys, hopefully I'm not making y'all sick, floating all over the place. Oh, so this is oh, this should be fine, because that's cobble, that's cobble. Both of those are cobblestone hoppers. Okay, let's send them again. Just to make sure I didn't miss cleaning that out. Annie, yeah. That was an amazing movie. Okay, I think the iron cart is the one of the last ones as stated before, so let me just, yeah, wait a second to see. It seems like on the way back. On the way back, it is, okay, so it's probably happening right here. Man, okay, so in order to get this turn away from here, I'm going to have to do some jankiness, but hopefully this will fix it. What are you doing? You ain't supposed to do that. You're going the wrong way. Okay, take 57. And of course not. Ruiner. Okay, so we got that. And then we'll give this one a little bit of power too. So just I guess build that over there, and that should not interfere with anything. Famous last words. You know, hopefully, since it doesn't have that turn next to a hopper, mitigate that issue. So we'll clean this out here, clean this one out here, and just a heads up guys, I got about 10 minutes left before I gotta leave to get my daughter, so give you guys a little bit of a heads up. I really wish that YouTube would have implemented the grade feature or something similar. Let me keep that on there so I don't lose track of that. Maybe in the future. It seemed to have been happening on the way back. You guys imagine how much of a nightmare it would have been if I used hopper minecarts? That would have been even worse. I was kind of up in the air. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I could do some more work on this. I can do some Call of Duty. I can maybe do some work on the Nether tunnel. Play some Imperium, Galactic Survival. There's a few different ones. I don't have a ton of other games. I mean, I have a ton on like the PS4 and Xbox One and stuff like that, but as far as PC goes, like I built this computer specifically to be content creator. That and do like Blender renders and coding and stuff like that. But I am slowly but surely adding in more games. I could try the Battlefield 2042 as well. Last time I tried that, it was being finicky and didn't want to work for me, but I might be able to get it working. This one looks like we got a green light on it. We are golden. We can remove this and go to the next one. Be the lightning rod. Lightning rod's only 3, and I'm pretty sure this one has all copper in it, so that one's good. So let's remove this. Now some of these are a split system because you have all of them on this side is 6, and then you have 3 on this side. And if it's something that requires the whole 9 ingredients, or 8 or even 7 of them, then it's going to be connected together. However, on some of these that didn't require it, for example, the hopper only requires 5 ingredients. Or is it 6? No, it's 5. Okay. No, I think I was right. Okay, now this one looks incorrect, but it's not because we had those hay bales in there. So this is actually perfect. And then we get the chest in there. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yeah, so this one would require the 6 ingredients, and then this one is a totally different one, which only requires 3. This is the same thing over, like here, there's a lever, there's redstone torches. That'd be 2 ingredients, 2 ingredients. And then over there, it'd be like another 5 or 6. So, it's all like a giant cluster. You fill in the blank. Okay, we got quartz there. What are we building? We're building some comparators. So we're going to need some redstone torches, some stone, 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 torch, 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 and quartz. Beautiful. Another one down. Stone. This one's going to be the redstone repeaters. We're getting some redstone in there, which is not good. Torch, torch. That's a different circuit. So with the redstone repeaters, I think they need what, 3? 1, 2, and 3. And then they should not have any redstone dust in here. So stone, stone, stone. And this should not have stone inside of it. And I think there's 1 piece of redstone dust and 2 torches. Yes. So these, get me out of here. They're kind of intermingling when they're not supposed to. It's gonna be a little bit more tricky to fix, huh? Yeah. potentially get this one away from there, depending on what's under it. Yeah, it's not gonna work because I can't go down. We got the 1, 2, 3 stone here. Unless we raised those up. Maybe remove these so this and this goes together. That was just power that block. Yeah. Got those hoppers there. Oh, you ruiner. What you doing? Okay. And then those will have to go together. So, well, actually having this dip into that hopper, having that corner there is going to be a problem. But I think if we do it this way, raise this side up, it won't be a problem. But that don't work. Okay. Let's bring this up. This up. Like that. Thinking that should fix it. Famous last words. And then this one. Yeah, see, I don't like doing that. Don't like it having going up on a hopper. So if I did something like this to wrap it around, kind of going the wrong direction. That frost. Definitely a little on the janky side, but I think it will work. A better way to do huh? One there, this one, that one, and yeah, I don't know, maybe that was best there. That there, that there, leave it the way it was, and we can just power these, I guess. Those two, and then if we put a block there, we'll be able to power those remaining rails. I remember there being a hitbox issue with the rails. If they went around a tight corner like this too, they would like slide into that block. I think they fixed that a while ago though. You still need to start the Imperium, yeah. Yeah, I have a it's not a huge CV on there now, but I mean I got a CV, so at least I can warp to different planet or different galaxies. Thank you guys, I appreciate all of the kind words. Yeah, well, I would highly encourage you guys to play it, and you guys are always more than welcome to jump on with me. Yeah, that's the thing. People think that being especially like a full-time content creator, like you work from home, you have all the time in the world. Same with like people talking to me about being a full-time dad, and yeah, you're stay-at-home dad. You got all the time in the world. I'm like, man, if you only knew. If you only knew, I'd never stop, ever. A lot of times I'm busy chasing my own tail. Alright, let's hopefully these guys all make it to where they need to. And I don't think I cleared that out like I should have. Okay, we got our lightning rods. I think this one was fine. I think it was, yes, the repeaters. Stone, stone, stone. No, this is the... Is it? No, that's comparator. Okay, so that one was good too. It was this one. Stone. Oh, man. Okay, redstone on 2. Redstone on 3. Redstone. Let me, I'm gonna rerun that just in case that was, from the last time before I cleared it. Redstone. Redstone torches, redstone dust. And then we got stone, stone, stone. Dust, torch, torch. Okay. We're good to run it again. Okay. No, rats. Okay, one there. So, 2, 3. Everything else looks good. 2 and 3. What's going on with 2 and 3? Right here. Could it really be spreading that far? That's crazy. That is wild. Luckily enough, thinking it's a simple fix. Famous last words. Block here. Golden. All right. Take 47. Let's see. All right, Renee. Thanks for dropping in. That is greatly appreciated. And good to see you as always. Yes, ma'am. We heart you too. Let's see. It's so hard to keep track of them when they all look the same. Okay, so this one, this one, this one. That fix it? This one needs cobblestone to it. Yeah, that's why I put that marker block there. So that's going to have to be something else that I hook up. Maybe later on. Okay, it's looking like that fixed the issue with this one. Man, minecarts are fun. And this one being, what is it, lever, so that's going to need cobblestone. That I'm going to have to tackle at a later time, because it is about that time where I gotta leave and go and get my daughter from school. So with that being said, I greatly appreciate you guys hanging out, and I hope that you guys enjoyed the stream. It was a lot of fun, and I do again apologize for running late, but with my daughter's graduation, that's what kind of set it back quite a ways. But I will be live over on Twitch here in probably about a half hour, 45 minutes. And if you guys want, come on and hang on out over there, and we'll decide what we're going to do. We can play a different game, we can do some more Minecraft, we can work on this, work on the nether tunnel, or a whole plethora of different stuff. And I think that bat's going a little crazy. Anyways, thank you guys for joining, and I'll see you guys here shortly.